Hi people, it's Archivist here, coming at you with a mid-year review of 2016. Typically, some of the year's biggest releases fall within the autumn months, and while that trend remains somewhat true here with games like Dishonored 2 and Battlefield 1 on the way, 2016 has had an almost uncharacteristically strong beginning. There have been many fantastic experiences already, however in this list I'll be focusing on the 5 that have really stood out to me. Doom stands defiantly as a first-person shooter that resists modern mechanics in favour of embracing the gleeful speed and brutality of the old school. Remarkably, while leaning towards this older style, it somehow manages to feel fresh when fused with the fantastic modern visuals and over-the-top action. The campaign is the highlight here, but there's definitely fun to be had with snap maps and to some extent the multiplayer. Dark Souls 3 is the first Souls game I put any real time into. Although its reputation of extreme difficulty remained true, I found that with perseverance there was usually a way to even the odds. At first it was a matter of mastering the nuances of combat, but after that it was necessary to fully understand the best ways to build my character. Ultimately, my enjoyment of Dark Souls 3 came down to overcoming the increasingly difficult challenges thrown at me. I can't say I've ever been a big fan of the Total War series, but when I learned that the large-scale RTS formula was to be merged with the fantastical world of Warhammer, I was tempted to give it a try. After a bit of a learning curve where I consistently messed up my campaigns, I discovered an RTS with depth, dynamism and outstanding play value. I've also found this to be one of the most visually authentic RTS games. Unit proportions are accurately scaled against the environment, and the level of detail is genuinely astounding. Like no game before it, Uncharted 4 pushes the PS4 well beyond anything else I've seen on the console visually. While it's true that good graphics don't make a great game in their own right, the emphasis on the visual fidelity here complements the story focus in a big way. The acting performance come alive when you can see the subtle hints of emotion in the characters' faces. Moreover, the exotic locations you visit are all the more impressive when they are so stunningly well realised. Despite technically being DLC, The Witcher 3 Blood and Wine absolutely deserves to be considered a game in its own right. It continues with the solid foundations established in the base game, and brings them into a whole new environment with its own story to tell. Like the base game, the story once again is the highlight. The acting and narrative are so strong they push beyond what I would normally expect from the medium of video games. What's more is that the game's environment is gorgeous, wonderfully contrasting the dark subject matter of the plot. These were my top 5 games of the year so far, but with so much to choose from, there's bound to be some variation here. There's Overwatch, Hitman, Mirror's Edge, Far Cry Primal, and still so much more to come later on. Feel free to let me know what you've enjoyed playing the most so far. As always people, thanks very much for watching and see you next time.